Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. I'm the Book Geek, also known as Kiava, and this is episode 3 for House of the Dragon. In episode 2, they did a very good job of showing just the differences in how Alicent is with her children when they're going through a tough time versus how Rhaenyra is with her children when they're going through a tough time. So in episode 1, when Jace comes back, he's trying to be very, very strong, and he's giving her the information, and he breaks out into tears. Immediately, Rhaenyra gets up to go comfort her son. When Aegon was upset after first hearing about the death of his son, and his grandfather proposed, let's put on a funeral, and he was against it, she did not come to his defense. She was like, well, it'd be good for the realm or whatever. Helena also was against parading her son through the streets. She did not want to do that. And still, Alicent did not come to her defense on that. When Aegon was bawling his eyes out at the end of the episode, she still did not comfort him. Instead, she walked out the room to go screw Kristen, which this whole entire episode revolved around how guilty she and Kristen felt because he was in there getting busy with her instead of protecting the queen and her children. And yet at the end of the episode, they continue on with this shit. They learned nothing. Why can't you comfort your children when they are, hurting? She doesn't comfort them. Like, go hug your son. He was really tore up about that. He actually was a pretty decent father. And now, like I said in my last reaction, I don't know if you guys see it or not, but any kindness, any goodness, any happiness that Aegon had in him died when his son died. And Aegon is killing it this season. I'm team black all the way, as you can see. But I'm kind of digging Aegon. I can't front. The only thing she wanted to talk to Helena about was, what you saw when you came into my room that night. Bitch, now is not the time to be talking about that. Comfort your child. Her son just died. You think she give a fuck about who you was riding? I'm so confused, Alicent. In the entire episode, she kept trying to confess that sin to people, and nobody was trying to hear it. At the beginning, she said, well, what if the hand that caused it is not the person who needs to be blamed? I have sinned. Then she tried to tell Helena what you saw that night. Helena was like, this is for my boy. I'm not trying to hear that. And then she tried to tell her father again later on at the end of the episode, I have sinned. And he was like, I do not wish to hear it. She kept trying to confess that sin, and nobody was trying to hear her out. Aegon made a point of saying throughout the episode, I am the king. And it just reminded me when Tywin said, any man who has to say he is the king is not a king. I was tore up about the twins because I thought that both brothers were actually good men. They were decent people. It's just that they each were pulled to opposite sides about who they wanted to back and who they were in favor of. But at the end of the day, they were both decent people. They were both good men. And this feud within this family is causing the deaths of many other people who have nothing really to do with that. That's just who they serve. All right, with all that being said, let's just jump into this episode because I can hardly contain myself. Here we go, episode 3, House of the Dragon. I hope you guys can see my episode 2 reaction, but it is what it is. Here we go. I can't wait to watch this. I'm so freaking excited, y'all. I love this show.
Your false Queen Rhaenyra is a kinslayer.
Oh.
You're both craven. Little gods! You wouldn't dare.
Soon they will not even remember what it was that began the war in the first place.
That is enough. They usurped my throne.
That's just not an answer. Or was it when the child was beheaded? Or when Aemond killed Luke? Or when Luke took Aemond's eye?
She always got some.
To know the point where none of it will matter.
She always got something wise to say.
What she did is not harbour the men around her who seek bloodshed. She committed it. As you committed the murder of a little boy in his bed.
To replace those with... Sir Alaric was awarded the great duty
You sent
of
him
ending
to his
Rhaenyra's
death.
challenge. He failed to discharge it.
He failed because his king was rash.
Perhaps, Your Grace, but we cannot all hide in our castles waiting for war to come to us.
As now it surely will.
It's crazy how Alicent, in the last couple episodes, she's trying to throw blame on her sons for starting this war when she started the war. She started the war by stealing the throne and having a hasty coronation and crowning Aegon as the king. Last episode, she tried to blame it on Aemon for the death of Luke. This war was already starting. She was already plotting this. Her and her father. Are you serious? Now she kind of say, oh, now it surely will start because now you've done this. The war already started. You started it.
Should we not aim to unite these armies and then strike as one?
The great military mind of the Citadel. Do remind me which link you obtained to notice the art of war.
This council must rediscover the discipline it lately had is to be of any use.
We cannot risk your loss. I'm as fearsome as any of them.
But you're the king. You shouldn't go into direct battle.
I know the workings of the Red Keep and the movements of those who serve there. And that is worth more than gold, you know.
Shit, I didn't even see him come out of the shadows. Where you at, Damon?
I'm claiming Harrenhal.
Oh, okay.
Apparently so. I, Sir Simon Strong, Castellan of Harrenhal, pledge fealty to Rhaenyra of House Targaryen, first of her name.
Harrenhal is the largest castle in the Seven Kingdoms. Or perhaps that has escaped your attention.
Well, it is also, not to be argumentative, in something of a state of disrepair, since your forebear incinerated much of it with his dragon.
Well, that is precisely why we must bring it into a state of repair.
Even if we possess the coin, my prince.
You keep saying my prince.
What possible when you are successful? What then?
We march on King's Landing and take the throne.
The throne?
It's a big chair, made of swords.
Find my Lord Father, who served 3 kings faithfully.
Mm-hmm.
Unseated as hand of king.
And you replaced him.
From such modest beginnings.
He didn't even earn that position. Aegon just gave it to him, willy-nilly. If he knew the truth about where Sir Criston was that night, he would not have made him hand of the king.
Your Grace.
People be noticing stuff. People see body language, the way people look at each other, the way people act around each other. Y'all not slick, yo. It's still bodies hanging up there. No one ever came to claim him. Oh my God.
And burn those who resist.
No. If dragons begin fighting dragons, we invite our own destruction.
That's what's gonna happen.
Fear of it.
The value of a sword is not within its scabbard.
We will secure victory with armies, not with dragons alone.
You propose to conduct a war in my
It
absence.
would merely be a precaution.
It would be treason. You're fortunate you took it no further. This council would do well to remember that their queen wears the crown of my grandsire, Jaehaerys the Conciliator.
All these men on both sides are trying to make all the moves, and they're not listening to the women at all. Not even Rhaenyra, who's at the head of the table.
There are diverse rumours whispered in the streets of your city. One such is that your grace sends his forces to battle, and in his courage and wisdom flies with them. Another is that his grace was outwitted by his counsellors and persuaded to fly to war with Sir Criston, so the Queen Alysanne may reign in his absence, with Prince Aemond at her side.
Who spreads these lies?
Matters little.
He do.
Tales taken on life.
He let Larys get in his ear every time. Larys was the one who planted the seed that you don't need Otto as your hand. Now he's back, planting more doubt, planting more viciousness in his fucking ear. He is such a snake, yo. He's just like Littlefinger. Oh my God, chaos is a ladder.
Lord Larys, my father always said he had no use for a master of whisperers. And yet, I find myself wanting for one.
Oh, come on, Aegon.
I should be glad of your talents.
You honor me, Your Grace.
Little birdies.
Shall we escort you to...
He ain't gonna go.
I think mayhaps I shall fly another day.
Yeah, he's not gonna go now because of what Larys said.
Sir Martin has a new squire that wants bedding in. You're sworn to chastity now.
Of course, Your Grace.
They have sex all the time. Ask Sir Criston. He's feeling doubtful now about those around him. It's gonna be easy to manipulate him, yo.
Who was your grandson?
They call him the Conciliator.
King Jaehaerys.
You are saying you're a Jaehaerys.
Is he? Was he
I'm the son of Aegon the Brave.
bastard son?
To Prince Daemon and the late King Viserys.
Bastard brother?
To the one true queen, Rhaenyra Targaryen.
What?
The blood of the dragon runs through these veins, and yes,
Is he telling the truth?
men will take my head for it.
They getting busy in there. Amen. Fuck. This is so embarrassing, and I don't like how Aemon is always being teased about something. That is not going to sit right with him because he still harbors some ill feelings about being teased as a child from his cousins. He brought those feelings into adulthood, and now here it is, his brother ridiculing him, making fun of him, teasing him. I don't know.
Your squire is welcome to her. One oar is as good as another.
He just walked out butterball naked. He looked so badass with that patch off. Just keep the patch off. She too low. She is way too low. You don't have to be that low. Maybe she's just trying to scare them. But Rhaenyra didn't tell her to engage with them. She told you to stay high. Keep watch.
This is why you must act now, Your Grace. Loose the dragon's root coal out and burn him.
What do you want to do, Rhaenyra?
I have heard your arguments and will consider them.
I know she want to wait and make the best move possible, but she got to put something in place because while you waiting and reconsidering things, they making moves. I think it's smart not to be rash and rush into things. And everybody keeps doing things without consulting the queen. She told you to just keep watch, keep vigil, stay high in the sky. You want to swoop down low and engage. I didn't engage, not necessarily. Yes, you did. Like, and if you would have gotten killed, then what?
Always coming and going, aren't you?
Who is that?
And I have to clean up afterwards.
Oh, shit. Ah, don't do that. Don't do this. I didn't think we was ever going to see young Rhaenyra again. Damon's dreaming. It's a fucking nightmare. Or is he having a vision?
There is one place Alicent goes, outside the castle walls, where you may yet find her alone.
I do like the idea of them coming face to face to talk, but you need to have somebody with you. Shame! 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 That's what she looked like. I wonder how this conversation is gonna go.
No. What? I must speak with you.
She could have killed her right there.
If I could cry out, your knights would find me. I would be taken or slain. Do not before I killed you. So you've come to surrender then?
No, let's talk.
I have come to see if we may uncover some path.
Yeah, let's look. Let's try to stop this war.
They smell battle. But if you and I may come to terms.
There are no terms now.
They're not gonna listen to her anyway. She's a woman, and she's not the queen.
Your allies turn from you and they hear of your depravity. Your hands are bloody to no crime. I could never have imagined you. Your trespass was not mine.
Say what you will. I am a mother too, and you have yet to answer for the murder of my son. When was your plan first laid? Was your ambition so keen? He changed his mind.
He did not change his mind. He didn't change his mind, and deep down, Alicent knows that. People saying, oh, her only crime is that she misunderstood Viserys' last word. She didn't misunderstand his last words. She chose to interpret it that way. Are you serious? You got Rhaenyra over here thinking that her father abandoned her in his last moments.
But he spoke Aegon's name.
She got a son named Aegon.
He said he was the prince that was promised to unite the realm.
What?
I desire peace as you do, but accept.
My father used those words. The prince that was promised.
Yeah. And it's not neither one of y'all sons. It's fucking Jon Snow. Years from now. The prince that was promised, which turned out to be nothing. Thanks a lot, Game of Thrones.
There's been a mistake. There's been no mistake. Please. It's too late, Rhaenyra. Listen.
I can't stand Alicent. She's not even going to try. No one would listen to her anyway. They don't even listen to her at council. She's surrounded by men. No one's listening to the one woman at council. She's not even queen anymore. She has no control in this situation, but she won't even try. Oh my goodness. I really, really loved how Rhaenyra is trying her best to prevent a war from starting, while the other side is heading straight into, you know, battle, basically. Like, they making plans. I mean, she's making some plans on her side as well, but nobody from the other side has tried to stop the war from happening before it actually begins and gets worse. And like I said during my reaction, even if Alicent wanted to try and stop it, she can't. She has no freaking power. No one listens to her at council. She is a woman surrounded by men. They're not going to listen to her. And she's not the queen. She has no power anymore. At the end of the day, whatever the king says goes. She's always going to be overpowered by the men. Flip it over to Rhaenyra's side. She has some power because they see her as their true queen. So even though she has a lot of men as well that's trying to counsel her and tell her what to do and what not, at the end of the day, Rhaenyra has the final say. Alicent has no fucking power. She has none. I don't know what that dream or vision actually meant or what that woman's words means. You'll die here. I don't know the significance behind that. I want to see more of Aemon, especially after he got confronted in the fucking brothel with that woman and his brother was making fun of him. Aegon's been trying to prove something to himself, but he's got people in his ear and that they manipulate him. That causes him to change his mind on certain things, and I don't know. He's trying to prove something to himself, and ever since his son died, it's just been worse. He doesn't know who he is. That's what I think. Can't wait to watch the next episode. I think we're going to have a big battle next episode. I want to see some dragon fights. I want to see more of the dragons. It's such a shame how this family can't come to some sort of peace, but hey, it is what it is. It's going to be entertaining for us, and it's going to be tragic as well when we start losing some of the characters we really, really love. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Thanks for watching this with me. I don't know when you're going to see this. Like I said, my laptop is in the shop. So hopefully I'm able to get episode 2 out and episode 3, but I don't know when it's coming. So if you're seeing this and it's like really, really late, I apologize. I had to get the computer fixed. But anyways, I'll see you guys in my next one. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.